Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. It's a little cold in here today. I think we're not supposed to get over 30 for the rest of the week, but concrete's done. So I guess instead of calling it the barn shop, I guess I'll have to finally just start calling it maybe the new old shop or something. Because I don't have a dirt floor in here anymore, which is a good thing. And it's also good that I won't have to do any concrete anymore. At least in here, I've still got to do the pad outside and the blocks around the doors. So that'll be in the spring, because we're past the point of pouring concrete here this time of year. It's gotten to where it's too cold anymore to be able to do it. So that's why there was a big push. I have to use some vacation days to take off and try and get this done on the last day when it was going to be 50 degrees, and I managed to get it done. So hopefully everything's in the right place. Of course, everybody was right about the coffins trying to float up out of the pit or out of the ground. I had one of them move up a ½ inch on me because I was using a vibrator down underneath of it to try and get all the concrete to flow in and pack around all of those anchors, because they're fairly close together, so the concrete didn't want to pour in there real good. So I was trying to get that worked in, and when I was doing that, it lifted it up some, so I had to quit doing that. But at that point I already had it filled underneath, obviously, because it was starting to float the form out. But it's not a huge deal, because it just means that the wood piece that goes over to the foot on that side will have to be thinner. Instead of being 1.5 inches thick, it'll only be like 1 inch thick. So I can live with that. I'll have to, because there's nothing to do about it now. Once it comes up, ain't no putting it back. So let's walk over there and take a look. The shop looks a lot better with the floor in it anyway. It's come a long ways from the start. Might also notice I've fixed all the lights. Look at that. Obviously I got some more cleaning to do in here, but there it is. I've got my plastic down, keeping it nice and moist so it cures out and it's good and strong. I can feel the difference walking over top of it, but I've got the water heater plumbed into it anyway to keep the temps up on it so the concrete doesn't drop below 50. Currently it's sitting about 70 degrees. Also, since this was plumbed in, as this was really going off, a lot of the heat I pulled out and wound up putting in the rest of the slab since it's all tied together. But you can see my little box there with the manifolds in it. Got cleaning to do there too, sloppy. But there's the coffin. Fall anchors down in it. That's the one that stayed put pretty good. And then we've got all the anchors where the mill will sit in there. And they're loose because of the boxes that they're in, so I should be able to get it lined up. Got the washers holding the plastic down over them. They're keeping it nice and wet. Make it good and strong. And then I got to put a box in over here that's got my valves going to the outside world where the boiler will be hooked in. Currently I've got it turned off so I can either run water outside or I can run it closed loop inside, whichever. Got the option. All I gotta do is switch the valves on or off. I will have to plug those holes down in there because the wind blowing through from the outside where the PVC goes out does drop the temperature in that box. But it's looking good. Got the bridge crane up there, drill, compressor, all kinds of more supplies left to do. So won't be too long. I'll be able to get the HBM drug in here once this concrete cures out. I have to give it at least a week before I take this plastic off. So I'll try and keep it good and wet for that period of time. And I can pull it off here, and I guess I may try and get that, at least that section of the wall insulated and sheeted before I put the HBM in there and have to work around it. But that may not happen either because the funding's kind of low after buying all this concrete. I'll show you this one that floated up. You can see there. It was supposed to be level with the floor, and that's up about a 1/2 inch, so that's not too bad. I can deal with that. Just have to put a thinner board on it. But I'm happy, glad to not have to be doing any more concrete work in here. It's kind of weird having a floor that's all level to walk on in here. And the building ought to be sitting here because the concrete piers are all trapped finally. And we're steel all the way across the top. I ought to get up there and put some plastic over those eave vents. That would do a whole lot for heating here. That's where most of it goes. Just goes right out them because there's nothing to stop it. As the wall gets put in, it does close off the side quite a bit, but that's another project for another day. Also, there was enough concrete on the truck to put a little piece outside, but it's dark out. You won't be able to see it, I don't think. I just put a little concrete in front of the door with what was left. Yeah, can't see nothing out there. Bailey, what are you doing? Bailey. Well, looks like the co-star has shown up. What do you think of your doghouse? Do you approve? You like it? You want to go hunting, don't you? Think it's good weather to find something. Tasty treat. So, it's good. You like it, don't you? Well, from Byron and Bailey, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We'll catch y'all later.